and Chief Executive Officer of the company is one Evans Edusei, who owns and runs Evans Timbers Limited. So these are the brief facts about the company we are talking about, SML. Number 2, barely 4 months after the incorporation of SML, the corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP government, acting through the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Ministry of Finance, sought to engage SML to provide transaction audit services at the port through sole sourcing. Between June 2017 and September 2017, the GRA made 3 separate requests to the Public Procurement Authority to engage the services of this 4-month-old company through sole sourcing. All these 3 requests were flatly refused by the Public Procurement Authority. Number 3, all these requests to the Public Procurement Authority happened at a time this 4-month-old SML, an offshoot of a timber company, had no prior experience in revenue assurance or transaction auditing. It goes without saying that GRA's request for approval to engage SML through sole sourcing were refused by the PPA because the request did not meet the mandatory requirements of Section 40 of the Public Procurement Act 2003, Act 663. Number 4, in furtherance of their questionable and unholy determination to engage SML through sole sourcing at all costs, the GRA, with the tacit approval of the Ministry of Finance, I must say the Ken Oforiatta-led Ministry of Finance, engaged SML through the back door as a subcontractor of a company called West Blue, which at the time was providing transaction audit services to the state at the port. SML was made to take over the transaction audit services of West Blue in December 2018 when the latter was kicked out. Subsequently, the GRA added external price verification to the contracted services of SML. Additionally, the GRA signed an agreement with XML for auditing in the downstream petroleum sector. We are talking about this company which only got these 20, the Public Financial Management Act of 2016, Act 921. The Transaction Audit Services Agreement to the general increase in petroleum consumption and the prices of petroleum products. There is no concrete evidence, I repeat, no concrete evidence that shows that the recorded increases in petroleum volumes and tax revenue in the downstream petroleum sector are wholly or partly attributable or correlated to the work of SML. Indisputable data published by Imani Africa show clearly that the rate of increase in petroleum revenue has virtually been the same before and after SML's illegal entry into the downstream petroleum sector. Ladies and gentlemen, assuming without admitting that the claim by government that revenue in the downstream petroleum sector has gone up, volumes have gone up, and that is attributable to SML, assuming without admitting that all these claims are true, assuming without admitting that SML's illegal audit services in the downstream petroleum sector have had a bearing on the increased tax revenue recorded by the state to the tune of 2.4 billion Ghana cedis. How does that justify the payment of a whopping 1,054,778 cedis, constituting nearly 50% of the revenue increment of 2.4 billion to SML. So you engage a company and you say that the engagement was illegal, it violates the procurement law, it violates the Public Financial Management Act, it violates the GRA Act, making it criminal. Then you turn around and tell us that, oh, the agreement has benefited the state even though it is illegal and criminal, and so we should allow them to continue the implementation of the agreement. Why? Because you claim that our oil volumes have gone up and revenue have gone up. Meanwhile, you are not able to tell us exactly what this company did which led to that increase in revenue and volumes in the downstream sector. Are we all not in this country? Haven't we seen governments imposing taxes on fuel? You have imposed a 20 pesos energy sector levy. You've imposed boiler tax on fuel. So if you are imposing taxes on fuel, won't petroleum revenue go up? If you are increasing the prices of petroleum products, won't the revenue we get from that go up? Is this not common sense? And yet they want us to believe, because they think Ghanaians are gullible, that revenue is going up because of SML. And yet they are not able to tell us exactly what SML has done which has led to this revenue increase. And when you look at the data, it shows clearly that the revenue in the downstream petroleum sector was already on an upward trajectory before SML even entered the market to do this so-called work they are talking about. In any case, how do you ask a company to continue the performance of an agreement which is illegal and criminal? But they say, oh, revenue has gone up. And the question we are asking is this. You claim that that revenue which has accrued to the state is a total of 2.4 billion cedis, which we say is not attributable to SML, but attributable to the increase in petroleum consumption and the prices of petrol. But let's even assume that you are right, that it is attributed to SML. So a company comes to help you to collect 2.4 billion and you dash the company 1 billion. Does this make sense? In which serious country can this happen? You help the government to collect revenue of 2.4 billion and your share is 1 billion. Is there any company in the world that collects such an outrageous fee? So clearly, the justification being mounted by governments is patently flawed on the basis of that publication from the presidency itself. And we are asking, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly did SML do to deserve such a gargantuan fee? This is simply incredible and defies logic. It is evidently clear, friends from the media, from the above enumerated facts, that the justifications being mounted by government for the continuation of SML's downstream petroleum audit services are completely untenable and hogwash. No patriotic Ghanaian or discerning mind will support or justify this unconscionable nation-wrecking transaction. It will only take a corrupt, reckless, and irresponsible government to entertain such a colossal rip-off. Such farcical and contrived justifications must be treated with utmost contempt. In conclusion, friends from the media, it is an indisputable fact that the transaction audits, external price verification, and downstream petroleum audit contracts entered into between the Akufo-Addo government and SML are unlawful. There is no debate about this. I watched their PRO on Newsfile over the weekend, gasping for breath and struggling to answer simple questions. She was asked whether the award of contract has been approved by Parliament. There is no debate about that. The NDC is therefore of the considered view that these illegal transactions are duplicitous needless, useless, and inimical to the interest of our dear nation. The payments that have been made by the corrupt Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government, totaling 1 billion Ghana cedis and over to SML, are thus illegal. Those who sanctioned those illegal payments have occasioned a huge financial loss to the state. We in the NDC are appalled but unsurprised by the decision by the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government to allow SML to continue the performance of their illegal downstream petroleum audit services, while merely recommending the termination of the other unlawful contracts. This is the greatest abatement of crime, yet again, by the ruling New Patriotic Party, and goes to fortify our suspicions that this scandal was cooked at the highest echelons of power. Ladies and gentlemen, the refusal of the corrupt Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government to publish the full KPMG investigative report on this matter, and their decision to allow SML to continue performing their illegal downstream petroleum audit services, reaffirms government's ploy to cover up this damning and sleazy SML scandal. And this is symptomatic of the well-established practice of rampant corruption, sordid cover-ups, and the culture of impunity we have witnessed under the watch of President Akufo-Addo, the chief corruption clearing agent, in the last 7 years and over. At a time Ghanaians are faced with unprecedented economic crisis and excruciating, and the national coffers with brazen impunity. Ladies and gentlemen, the colossal amount of money which has been doled out to XML under their illegal contracts by the nation-wrecking Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government could have been invested in social infrastructure or job creation ventures such as capital for businesses. It could have been invested in enhancing the quality of education, the quality of healthcare delivery in Ghana, and other productive sectors to improve the livelihoods of suffering Ghanaians. Sadly, my brothers and sisters, all these monies have gone to line certain private pockets due to the unbridled greed. What crime has the Ghanaian taxpayer committed to deserve this level of wickedness from Akufo-Addo and Bawumia? Ghanaians have had enough of the naked thievery and wanton abuse of the public purse by the corrupt Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government. Today you go to major hospitals in Ghana and they don't even have simple X-ray machines. Go to 37, they don't have functioning X-ray machines. Yet when people get accidents in Accra and its environs, that is the hospital we send most of them to. You go to the dialysis center, they don't have basic supplies. Only last year, that center had to be shut down for 6 months, leading to the avoidable deaths of 17 innocent Ghanaians, because President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia said they can't afford 4 million Ghana cedis to clear government's indebtedness. Yet we continue to see them abusing the public purse, stealing from the public purse like there is no tomorrow. Not too long ago, we called you here to address you on the 153 million cedis they paid under the stinking Ejapa scandal, which got botched midstream and which did not accrue any value whatsoever to government. 153 million cedis, equivalent to 1.5 trillion. Today we are here talking about the money which has been doled out to SML under 3 illegal agreements, 1 billion Ghana cedis and over. This is equivalent to over 10 trillion, including all of us, NDC, MPP, CPP. Yet these monies are going into private pockets. And Ghanaians, including some of our friends in the media, are quiet. Others have become numb to the multiplicity of corruption scandals we have witnessed under this government, because it looks like the scandals will never end. But we cannot be quiet, neither can we become immune or numb to these serious corruption scandals. Because yes, we will have an opportunity to make a change on the 7th of December 2024. But if we don't speak up, we will not have any Ghana after December 7, 2024, when the new NDC Mahama government takes over the reins of this country. And so what we are saying is that let's speak up and let's rise up against the continuous rape of the public purse. Ghanaians have had enough, ladies and gentlemen, of the naked thievery and wanton abuse of the public purse by the corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government. We in the NDC